Okay, welcome back to Frosty Kiss. So, we were here last time we were having a little talk with Yolana, like for the whole of the episode, to be honest. Look how cute she looks on there on the screen. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So Yolana, is it time? Has a clue. We'll have a look. It is. Right, okay, it is. Oh, we were gonna fire off some fireworks, if I remember correctly. She took a match folder out of her pocket and ran up to the artillery, which was armed and ready by that time. 5! Oh, let's say fire. 4. Yolana was in blazing wicks after wicks, constantly swearing and breaking the matches. 3, 2. The last wick ignited, strewing the ground with the sparks. 1. And precisely in the first second of New Year, the night above us shined with bright lights that looked like marvellous flowers, red, green, golden, you name it. Look, look. Oh, that's a nice picture. Whoever drew that is a really good artist. Isn't that one of the cover pictures? I don't know. She ran up to me, grabbed my hand and pointed to the sky. Although that was actually unnecessary, I was fascinated by the sight as well. What's so special about these lights and snowmen after all? Why exactly this day? Why did they make you wake up from the dream, dust off the fluff, lighten up your soul? Watching Yolana, it became clear that I just forced myself to deeply in the borders of dejection and loneliness I created myself. So maybe it's time to break these borders and once again learn to enjoy the simplest things and be a child at least sometimes. A chime of bells echoed from someone's open window. Yolana shouted, "Happy New Year!" and suddenly kissed me right in my unshaved cheek. The same moment she became extremely shy because of her abrupt longing, dropping her eyes and quit hold of my hand. I'm sorry. What's wrong? Nothing. She went beet red, nearly matching the shade of her cheeks with the colour of her hair. Her hair's ginger. Jesus Christ. Her embarrassed look gave me the warm feeling. I grabbed her hand and caught a surprised eye. Hey, no biggie. I bent down, kissed her in her ear and said, wait, did I say kissed? Happy New Year. Wait. It's in our ears. You have to do it quite. Okay, we'll redo that one. Happy New Year. Is that creepy? Yeah, because I think it'd be a bit creepy. I'm guessing that was like the whole intro of the game because. Oh. There. What? No. If you want to read that, pause it. Is that actually the ending? Hang on, then there's gotta be more. You've gotta be able to like go through some of the other characters. No, that is not it. That's not the ending. I can't even click anything. That's the fucking ending. What? You've got to be able to do it for some other characters. I remember an option of you being there was 2 options if I remember correctly. So that might mean that you get to do some other parts of the story. So we're gonna skip from here, go through the whole thing again, and get back to that part of the story. So we're gonna go back to that part where there's an option, and I'm gonna choose the other option. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we are back at this section. So there was an option before this, however, I decided to just carry on with this one because I remember there was another option here, and I'm sure there's going to be an ending where you get to be with all 4 of the girls. I think there's 4, maybe 5, I don't know. So basically, last time when we got to heal, we picked to stay and launch the fireworks, not go get a worm. So this time we're going to pick go get a worm, because, like, why not? Let's go get a worm. Okay, here we go. Carry on from here. We did end up with Yolana, which, to be honest, was probably one of it looks like my favourite ending. That artwork. Hopefully they'll have that for each character, an artwork like that. Let's go. If you want to freeze over, that's your choice. I'm out of here. Alyssa cast a glance at me and headed back to the apartment. Hey, wait for me. Yeah, run away, cowards. Ah. She kept. I wanted to kill Yolana. I'm glad I did. She kept shouting something at us, but a heavy foot of the massive front door drowned her monologue. Where are we going? Why does this now turn into a... Oh, are we in an elevator? She's so naughty. What is this? It's like a horror game. Why is the light flashing? Alisa was standing near the radiator, rubbing her frozen hands. Well, it's Yolani, you know. She's just a walking spark plug. It won't help her to be less naughty, will it? No arguments there. Silence hung in the air. So how are you and stuff? I haven't really had a word with you. In fact, I knew practically nothing about her. Why? Have you become some kind of an investigator? Nah, it's just I can ask you about that, can't I? Well, you already know where I live. I also attend classes. You do? Where? Why do you care? I really don't care that much, as I had started the conversation just to kill the time. Maybe to kill less time, get the hell back to the apartment. What's the point in standing there? Alyssa checked her pockets for some reason. I'll go back to Lena. I forgot my phone there. Do you really need it now? You can get it later. And what if Sanya rings up? Well, let's go together then. I wanted neither to be left alone nor to freeze over outside, but up there with a bit of luck, I could even get some snack. Snacks are leaving us in the end. My gut was rumbling in anticipation of a feast as I had decided to have no food back at home. Anyway, let's go then. She pushed a muddy call button and we heard humming sounds coming from the elevator shaft. That's weird. Is this actually turned into a horror game? Maybe we should climb up the stairs. Alyssa snorted and waved her hand in an inviting gesture. Want to make this on your two? We'll go ahead. I've had my fun climbing up with the bags, thank you. Next moment, the elevator door slid open, letting a couple of people out. The elevator was pretty old, according to the graffiti, like Fasner was here in 1967. I was about to step inside when I felt something was odd in there, so I couldn't bring myself to make another move. What's this all about? We've already used this elevator before. What's the whole? I was just thinking. Having put aside the blur signs of the unconscious, I entered the elevator and pushed the button. The doors closed in front of us, and the elevator started the soft movement. For a while, we didn't drop a word, and some odd rattling and ticking of the elevator mechanism was the only thing to break the silence that hung in that tiny, barely illuminated elevator cabin. Suddenly, the light flickered once and then again for the last time before it went off. But the biggest problem was that the elevator got stuck as well. Not good. Oh, there we go, it's stuck. The cabin shook, making Alisa lose her balance. She nearly fell over me, but I managed to put my arms around her and supported her as my back hit the wall. Are you okay? Yeah, you know, you can let me go now. I could tell by her voice that she was quite embarrassed. I realized her and... What was that? I missed that bit. The elevator stuck. I immediately dialed Slavia. She must have got the phone with her, as she was the person Ilana had called to. No answer. I dialed her about 5 or 6 times, but she never answered. Alyssa looked as if she'd become smaller. She turned pale and flattened herself against the corner. Got anything? Her eyes were full of hope. Nothing at all. My teeth grated irrationally as I put myself back in the jeans pocket. So what do we do now? My legs had gone numb, so I tried to relax them somehow. Well, what can we possibly do? Perhaps the girls will notice our absence, but we've got to wait until then. Alyssa grew even paler. Not good. No way, I'm not going to stay locked in this box. She started thrashing the doors of the elevator, screaming loudly. Hey, somebody! Anybody! Help! We've got stuck in the elevator! Why did I say elevator so weird? Only the echo answered her call. It's futile. You'd better try getting through with your cell phone instead of just sitting here doing nothing. Are you even thinking of doing something? I didn't plan to spend New Year in here. You haven't even tried to push any buttons, have you? But I've pushed them already. I poked the muddy panel one more time just to prove her wrong. You see now? Keep on calling then. She went on the thrash doors even harder. Having sighed, I picked up the cell phone again and dialed the good old number for the 100th time, though the result was the same as before. Why don't you ring the freaking police or ambulance? Perhaps I should send her a message. Hopefully she will see it. Alisa and I got stuck in the elevator. Slavia called somebody. Your message has been sent. I guess that ought to do the trick. Alyssa tried calling for help for a while, but without any success. Eventually she gave out of a sigh of weariness and sat back in her corner. So, still nothing. Great. Her once ardent eyes were full of despair. What's the time? My cell phone battery nearly ran out of juice, so looked at the barely visible face of the wristwatch instead. It's 11 o'clock. Alyssa nodded and just went on gazing into space. Sometimes I just like to watch her behaviour. About a minute ago she was ready to tear those damned elevator doors open with her bare hands, but there she was, sitting lowerly as if she had already resigned herself to fate. Apart from our breaths, there was no other sound source of heat in contrast. There were too many ways the cold air could come through. I'm freezing. She moved her frozen shoulders. It's getting a little bit awkward. I didn't really feel either cold or warm, so without a moment's hesitation, I took off my coat and tried to cover Alicia with it, but she just replied, "But what about you? It's alright." And I think on that note, we will end it there. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you have, remember to hit that like button. Yeah, it's going well. I think there is an ending for each character, so we will. I think this one's not too far from ending. But we're running out of time for today's episode, so stay tuned for the next episode. I'm glad that you oh my god, I can't pronounce her name. Yolana, you love Yolana. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.